Are you not entertained? Is that why you are here?
This is it. Don't get scared.
Well, trick or treat, this is it. Don't get scared now. The spooky season is coming to an end and Halloween is tomorrow. So grab your squirt guns, and by squirt guns, I mean bubble guns. Because if you couldn't tell, my wife and I are the characters from Zombies Ate My Neighbors, probably, arguably, the best video game from the 1990s in my opinion. And with all that said, meet my wife, and I did say wife because I did get married a couple of weeks ago. Say hello to Nikki.
Hello, everybody.
And you're Julie from Zombies Ate My Neighbors. I'm Zeke. And with all that said, let me take off these 3D glasses because they do induce migraines. So let's get rid of that over there. And now I'll just look like Guy Fieri in a Sid from Toy Story shirt. So either way, some good questions already. And how are you guys doing? Are you doing anything special for Halloween? And our first question ties into that. Nikki? We have a question here. I'm going to read it. Devin Freeze says, Happy Halloween, John. What are your plans for this Halloween? Nikki, what are we doing for this Halloween season tomorrow night?
Well, our TV broke on Sunday, so...
What kind of TV did we have?
We had the LG OLED 83-inch.
I'm proud of you. Good.
Thank you.
Yeah, so it randomly broke the other week. That's why, and if LG doesn't fix it because it is under warranty, and we'll talk about this later, I'm going to dedicate the rest of my YouTube career to telling people not to ever buy an LG TV. But besides not watching our LG TV in our living room, what else are we doing tomorrow night?
Passing out candy
Absolutely.
that I stole from school.
Yeah, you did. We're going to pass out candy to some trick-or-treaters. And we have good candy. Actually, we're going to make sure these kids overdose on a large supply of Sour Patch Kids. And I'm looking forward to it.
What are we passing it out in?
Yes, we're passing our candy out in a Ghostbusters ghost trap, which is now currently on our kitchen table where I eat the candy out of, and I probably will go into a diabetic shock or coma before the end of this live stream. Did you grab any candy, Nikki?
Did I grab any candy?
Yeah.
From the Halloween bucket?
Yes.
I mean, we don't talk about that. I just hide it in the trash can.
Yeah, so, well, I wanted some Sour Patch Kids. All right, so let's dive into some of the questions. Hopefully there's some good juicy ones here, and Nikki will help me answer some of the questions. And then at some point early on in this live stream, she will unfortunately leave us, not forever, just for tonight, because she has a real job. She's a teacher, and she does have to go to bed. She has a bedtime. Mm-hmm. Unlike me, I'm just a child screaming on the internet. All right, so the first one comes from, do you want to read the questions?
Sure.
Okay.
What do you want to start with?
Start with this one here.
Where?
Yep.
John, I love you, man. I am finally back in the States after living in Japan for 4 years. I left a bachelor and came back with a wife, daughter, and one more kid on the way. P.S. Congrats on getting married. You guys are great together.
Oh, thanks.
Oh.
Yeah, and that comes from Caleb. And so, yeah, man, we're glad you have you back in the States. And nevertheless, thanks for the comment. And, I started YouTube as a bachelor. And now look at me. I'm a married man wearing a blonde wig. What?
Like Guy Fieri, for real.
Yeah, I know. All right. The next one comes from, and you can read them. I'll just let you read them.
Okay, I have to get used to this.
Say the name, then the question.
Oh, Taro-san? Congrats on your wedding. I'm getting married in 3 weeks and can't wait. If I have to choose most terrifying film I've seen this year, it has to be The Vanishing, 1988. It's more psychological, but it has the kind of horror that just stays with you.
I've seen The Vanishing once. I remember liking it. And that leads me to a very important question. And I sort of know the answer to this. Nikki, I think everyone wants to know, since tomorrow's Halloween, and I'll answer the question too to make things even. What is your favorite horror film of all time? And don't lie.
I'm gonna have to say, I don't know. It's not exactly a classic, but The Conjuring. I really like James Wan. I actually took a horror films class in college, and I did a whole report on James Wan. Wow. So I like the Insidious series. I like The Conjuring. and also unpopular opinion, I really like The Fourth Kind.
See, I'm proud of you for saying that. Now,
Yeah.
I, myself, have never seen The Fourth Kind with Mila Jovovich. Something about it it looked off-putting to me, but maybe I should go and watch it since you're praising it so much.
It's definitely slow. It's slow, but I don't know, I think it's worth it. It's kind of creepy. It feels more real with the side-by-side footage, the real footage.
The found footage?
Found footage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, the other night, since we're talking about horror films, and we will dive deeper into the questions momentarily, I showed you a little horror film, a classic of mine, and it just might be in my top 5 horror films of all time. Though I will say, after rewatching it for the 47th time the other night, and you watching it for the first time, I definitely started to pick it apart more than I ever have, and that little film was Nightmare on Elm Street, 1983, 4? What did you think about Nightmare on Elm Street? Can you give everyone watching a 5-minute review starting now?
5 minutes? First of all, it was not the first time I watched it.
Okay.
It was the first time I maybe watched it all the way through, or since I was a little kid. It was good. Trust me, I get why it's a classic. But I thought at times the decisions the characters made were laughable.
It is a horror film, keep in mind.
Johnny Depp's character was completely useless. Everything she asked him to do, he literally did the opposite.
But he's a teenage boy. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Someone said I look like Super Saiyan Sid. I like that. My biggest complaint with Nightmare on Elm Street is I just think it has a terrible ending. I really think the ending to Nightmare on Elm Street, it doesn't ruin the movie, but damn it, it does not help it in any way. Thank God for the other 97 minutes of that film, because the last 2 minutes of it are atrociously bad. The mother, when she gets sucked through the door, looks like an inflatable floating device you buy for a child.
Special effects aren't great.
No. But Freddy's great. Robert
Does it
Englund.
lead into the second movie?
Not at all.
Okay.
And we won't talk about the second Nightmare on Elm Street.
It doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. We'll just say it has some undertones, to say the least. What are those undertones? If you've seen the movie, you probably already know. Anyway, did I mention there's a shower scene with the gym coach wearing leather straps where he beats a boy? Okay, anyway. Let's go to the next question here, shall we?
You did not.
Okay, well, now you know. All right, you know what? I have been waiting so long for someone to read questions. I like answering them. Sometimes just reading them, I feel like I have an aneurysm, or I forget how to read, or maybe I'm slightly dyslexic. But nevertheless, Nikki, I'm going to let you read some of these questions. So the next one comes from...
Is it
Yeah.
that one?
The one with the mouse on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Skylar Wheelock said, if you could give your wife any superpower, what would you give her?
Oh, gosh.
I'm interested in that answer.
Oh, I don't know. Any superpower. You already cook pretty good. You're great at dishes.
Oh.
Sandwich making ability, 12 out of 10. I just maybe you know what I would like if you could do, Nikki, is if you had the ability to also mow the grass. I think
I don't think that's a superpower.
No, actually I'd hate it. That's my one getaway.
Yeah, it's like your you time.
I don't know. Superpower.
Superpowers, invisibility, super speed, super strength.
Well, that's too generic, but okay.
I don't know. What is a superpower?
I wish you had super strength. That way you could carry me like the man child I am.
Rock you like a baby.
No, just hold me. Yeah. So anyway, super strength, Nikki. That's the power I'd give you. Okay.
I don't have that.
Okay, where are we? Oh, here we are. There.
The 50% Doctor Who podcast says, congrats, guys. How did John first ask you out? Oh, okay. Well, we met on a dating app. We met on Bumble. Not sponsored.
No, I wouldn't.
How did you first ask me out? I think you ghosted me, to be honest, for the first time.
Well, I was, it was a weird phase of my life. Mm-hmm. But I'm sure I said, hey, come over and watch a movie. And which movie did we watch, Nikki, when you came over?
Oh, super bad.
Yes, we did, because I'm a classy guy. Yes, that's what we watched. Okay. We were either going to watch Superbad or Irreversible.
I don't remember that.
If you don't know what Irreversible is, never mind. It was just, if you got the joke, enjoy. It's a German film that has some smut. Anyway, The next one comes from, here we go, right there.
Oh, Silent Night 62 says, what is your wife's fave video of yours? Ooh,
Yeah, what is your?
That's a good one.
Tell me more about me, Nikki. Would you please tell me tell everyone your favorite video of mine?
It's got to be one of the flick trips. It's got to be one of the classic ones where you're sniffing bike tires and.
That doesn't narrow it down.
I know. Oh God, I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea.
Okay, thanks for that. Well, anyway,
I don't pick favorites.
yeah, you do. Okay, the next one comes from. No, how about your favorite video of mine is the how to watch a movie. There you go.
You're gonna choose it. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. That's your favorite video of mine. Okay, you got to read this one from Son of Butthead.
Son of Butthead said, John, what else did you use that venom bucket for? Is that a winky face? A surprised face?
Well, yeah. So what else did I use the venom bucket for, Nikki? To put Halloween candy in. And then I fucked it. No, the next one comes from Clark Ingleton says,
what's a movie you cuties watch together and have the most opposite opinion on? For me and my wife, it's Videodrome, and blue is the warmest color. I feel like we generally agree on movies, but you had to go for like Harry Potter. I feel like you've kind of swayed your opinion a little bit, but that's been
Nikki Harry Potter is basically a religion for Nikki.
I would say religion.
How many?
I would say comfort.
Don't even lie. How many times have you seen the first Harry Potter film?
Oh God, I don't know.
Just say a number.
50 plus.
So anyway, that's an understatement. So yeah, I'd say that. I don't love Harry Potter. I respect it. I like it. What's a movie that I like that you just...
I just feel like you didn't understand it until you knew some of the backstory, though.
Anyway,
you didn't read the books,
I think the movies are a narrative mess that are missing major plot points because they had to skim over them.
Will be better.
Anyway, I think they're made for people who read the book and fans of the franchise already. So, what's a movie that I like that you just don't? It just doesn't hit for you.
I don't know. Can you think of any?
Maybe
everyone that you've shown me, I've liked.
I don't know. Have I showed?
I've seen a lot of the same ones that you had growing up.
You liked Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze?
I liked Roadhouse. I did not like the remake.
Well, yeah, we concur on that.
Yes.
Did I ever show you Over the Top?
No.
Okay, well, one day we're going to sit down and watch Over the Top, and you're going to understand what a true cathartic experience is.
Cathartic?
Yeah, when it overtakes your soul and enters your body for the first time, and then you find yourself covered in baby oil, screaming as we arm wrestle on the floor.
All right, that doesn't sound cathartic, but okay.
Yeah, okay. The next one comes from... read the one from JR.
Junior, JR. Which film was better, Dune 2 or Oppenheimer? Oh, I'd have to say, no, you can answer.
Well, you answer it.
I would say Dune 2. Oppenheimer was really good, but I don't know if I'd rewatch it as many times as Dune 2.
That's fair. I might agree with you as well. I quite enjoyed both films, but after careful consideration, and by careful consideration, I mean thinking about it for the last 3.5 seconds, the truth is, I have very little urge to rewatch Oppenheimer. If I'm in a Nolan mood, that's not going to be the movie I jump to. And I love historical biopics. I love the whole backstory on the atomic bomb. But man, I don't know. Oppenheimer was great. I just wouldn't put it in the top 5 Nolan movies. I think Dune 2 was a true experience, and I would like to go back and rewatch it again at some point. So yeah, I'll go with Dune 2 on that one. What did I just say, Dune 2? It sounded
Dune 2.
Weird.
Oppenheimer only had 2 explosions anyway.
And by the way, I have a question for all of you, and we're going to keep going with the questions here. But Nikki, did you know Christopher Nolan, there's a rumor going around for his next 2 movies. The first rumor is it might be like a 1920s vampire movie with Matt Damon and Tom Holland. Oh. And the next bit of gossip is the other concept for the next Nolan movie is going to be a futuristic thriller action film, also starring Matt Damon and Tom Holland, where they're both helicopter pilots / cops, and they have this new technology helicopter and blah, blah, blah. So my question to you is, which one of those concepts sound superior, and which one would you like to see up on the big screen?
Helicopter pilot and cop. These
Yes.
are unrelated movies, but starring the same actors and coming out around the same time.
No, you completely missed what I was saying.
No, I didn't.
There's two different concepts for a Nolan movie. Anyway,
He's not doing both.
he's not doing, and he might not even do either. These are just rumors and speculation and gossip from the internet. It's probably from some 14-year-old kid that was taking a shit and typed it on Reddit, and everyone ran with the story. But what I would like to see is, I think the helicopter concept sounds far superior. And I'll tell you why. It sort of reminds me of Top Gun Maverick. Imagine Top Gun Maverick, but with Tom Holland and Matt Damon in it, but with helicopters. Doesn't that sound like a good time?
If they achieve what Top Gun Maverick did, maybe. But I don't know. The vampire one sounded more interesting to me.
Really?
Yeah.
I just feel like we have enough vampire movies. We need more Top Gun movies.
1920s, I like the Roaring 20s vibe. I like that.
I don't think it's going to be a
setting.
Roaring 20s vibe. I think it's going to be just
If it's
gothy.
in the 20s, what would it be?
But here's my thing. We have enough vampire movies. We have Nosferatu coming out in a few months.
Yes.
I'd much rather see Matt Damon and Tom Holland being buddies in a helicopter action movie that feels like Top Gun Maverick. And by the way, this is just from my brain to all of you, and this is speculation, but this is what I want to see. I would like to see that mix Top Gun with something like Point Break. Imagine that. Does anyone else concur with that, or do you guys want to see a vampire movie too? Let me know. Anyway, Nikki, I think the helicopter movie sounds cooler. Okay, the next one comes from Skylar Wheelock. Read that bad boy.
Do you think Kevin McAllister could defeat Art the Clown? Kevin has 3 hours to prepare. Oh, fuck yeah.
You think so?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go on.
Well, okay. That's a great question, and I think this deserves some more in-depth thought. After thinking about it, I think Kevin McAllister could defeat communist China if you gave him 3 hours and some micro machines and some Christmas ornaments. So absolutely, Art the Clown doesn't stand a fucking chance. Kevin McAllister is going to decapitate him and then hang out in his treehouse. Now, my question is the pigeon lady involved?
Yes.
Great. I hope Art the Clown brutally murders her and takes a shard of glass and never mind. Have you guys seen Terrifier 3? That shard of glass scene? Never mind. All right. The next one comes from... Yeah, a lady violently masturbates with a shard of glass. Anyway, Max Neugenbauer says...
Hi, John, and hi, Mrs. Flickinger. I'm Max. What's your favorite movie of all time? Oh, shit. All time? I mean,
Yeah, what's your favorite movie of all time, Nikki? Say it.
I'm going to get hate for this. I like The Greatest Showman. I can sing along with it. It has the drama. It has a little bit of comedy. It has
It's
the
got
love
Hugh
story.
Jackman in it. Show
Hugh
it the respect it
Jackman
deserves.
dancing and singing, yes. But I don't know. Of all time, if I'm feeling like I want to cry, maybe The Green Mile.
That's a respectable choice. Yeah. That's a respectable choice. He's cooking now. All right. Good choice. That or the first Harry Potter, yeah?
Well, yeah.
Okay. All right. I think mine is probably... I used to say it was Nightcrawler for many, many years. And though I think it's definitely in my top 10 films, I think I have to be true to myself, Nikki. I had to be true. And at one point, about 12 years ago, when I was a skinny little boy that had an alien head that was 2 sizes too big for my body, I once did a top 20 movies of all time, and I said Forrest Gump was my favorite movie of all time. And I think I'm gonna revert back to that.
Yeah, I could see you saying that.
It really is. And we were almost Forrest Gump and Ginny for this Halloween season. Did you want to be crack whore Ginny or hippie Ginny?
I like crack whore Ginny's outfit better.
I get, yeah.
Like, regular Ginny is just a hippie.
Right.
I wanted to be a hippie, I dress as a hippie.
You know, crack whore Ginny all day. Without the hepatitis, preferably. Okay, the next one. The next one comes from James Doshier, who says...
Happy Halloween, John and Nikki. I'll be watching Silence of the Lambs tomorrow and passing out candy. Oh.
We almost watched that the other day.
Uh-huh.
You've seen Silence of
Yes,
the Lambs.
I've seen Silence of the Lambs.
But you had never seen Red Dragon.
I'd never seen Red Dragon. I still didn't really watch it, but
Okay. Well, that's fine.
I was busy.
You looked, but you didn't see, as
Yes.
Hannibal Lecter
no, I
says.
listened, but I didn't look.
No, well, you're missing the quote from the movie. Had you watched it, you would have picked up on
There you
that
go.
and went with it. I think Silence of the Lambs on Halloween is phenomenal. And a few years ago, I had the idea, and I think I still at one point in my life have to do this. I want to stand on my roof above our front door on Halloween night when kids are trick-or-treating. And I want to dress like Buffalo Bill, but I want to put the Halloween candy in a basket on a string with like a little white fluffy dog attached to me and lower it down to them. What do you think about that?
I think that would be terrifying for the children.
Yes. So maybe I'll make that happen. Or maybe I'll just do it on a random weekday. I don't know. All right. The next one comes from Upshot Music TV, who says...
My fiance and I watched Van Helsing and thoroughly enjoyed it. The fight with Mr. Hyde reminded me of Mr. Incredible versus the Omni Droid on the island. Oh, okay. I don't think we got that far. I haven't seen the whole movie.
What do you... That's in the first 5 minutes of it.
Oh, maybe we did get that far.
I
forgot
showed you Van Helsing. You don't
it.
remember?
We didn't watch the whole movie.
Okay.
Maybe that's the movie that we don't agree on. I couldn't get through it.
Nikki, I really was hoping for more right now. I'm so disappointed. You know how many times I've told people to watch this piece of shit? And you
Couldn't even get me to watch
yeah,
it.
I couldn't even get you to watch it. I can get you to marry me, but not watch Van Helsing. And that's a true testament to how shitty Van Helsing is, but I still quite enjoy it. And I recommend watching it every Halloween season. Actually, I recommend watching it once a week.
Once a week seems excessive.
It'll probably lead to suicide, but you know what? Nevertheless, it's worth watching at least once. The next one comes from, it's coming from somebody here. It's moving too quick. Is this, oh, here we are, right here. Tom Hernandez says...
Can we get her top 5 flick pick videos and quotes? Well, fuck. I'm not allowed to watch his videos.
Yeah, you are. Don't lie.
I'm not allowed to watch live streams.
You refuse to watch them.
Top 5 flick pick videos and quotes. God, I can't even name them all, John.
Just name 2 quotes.
2 quotes. 3 ice cubes, no more, no less.
Okay.
Oh God, I'm blanking. I don't know. Give me another one.
You really can't think of another quote, I
No.
say, on a typical basis? You really can't
Don't
think?
be scared now.
Uh-huh. What's another one?
I feel like I'm being quizzed.
I'm pretty sure I have a fucking t-shirt that says it.
Return some videotapes. I don't know.
No, Nikki.
What are you talking about?
All right. Truly, this is not a magical, mystical marriage. I'll tell you that. Yeah. My favorite quote is, I want a divorce. No. All right. The next one comes from Skylar Wheelock, who says...
Here's $10 for 10 years this week being your fan, John. One day we shall shake hands like Dutch and Dylan. Laugh at American Psycho, watch a little wrestling, and our Nickies can be friends. LOL. I've been with my Nikki since 2016. I'm always down for some friends. I need some more friends.
Nikki Flicky.
Nikki Flicky.
Did you understand the quote from Dutch and Dylan?
Nope.
You son of a bitch. Predator?
Never seen it.
Anyway, thanks Skylar Wheelock for the awesome question and super chat there, man. And thanks for sticking around for 10 years.
Wow.
And Nikki, hopefully you can stick around for 10 years as well.
We'll see.
But only if you can remember some of my quotes from my videos.
I'm going to start taking notes.
And I need you to always know the top 5 videos of mine that you like the most
Jesus.
off the top
Yeah,
of your head, okay?
everyone's asking.
All right. The next one comes from Darkroom Reviews, who says...
Hey, Nikki, what are your top 5 movies of all time? Well, shit. Green Mile, Greatest Showman. Classic that I saw at camp was August Rush. I know that's not like a great movie, but I love August Rush. Oh, geez, I don't know. That's 3. Can I count Harry Potter as 1?
You may.
I gotta put Forrest Gump in there too, or maybe Shawshank Redemption.
Forrest Gump, though, I think is...
Yeah,
Did you name 5?
at least.
Okay. Solid 5 picks. Social Native over here says, John, favorite Disney Halloween movies? Really, for me, I think there's one quintessential Disney Halloween movie you have to watch, and that's going to be a little film called...
Hocus Pocus?
Speak it up.
Hocus Pocus?
That's right. Now sing something.
No.
Give me your favorite quote from Hocus Pocus.
Children, I don't know.
What?
I smell children.
Oh, yeah.
I smell children.
My favorite quote's, come little children, I will take thee away into a well in my basement. The next one comes from Robin J. Yang, who says,
suggestions for Halloween couple costume ideas.
You're looking at it.
Don't ask John. He wants me to be a boy every year.
Don't say that.
You do.
So the last 2 years for Halloween, I'm sorry, I really need to invest in 2 microphones. Last year, we were Steve and Dusty from Stranger Things. Mm-hmm. The year before that, I was Marty McFly and you were Doc Brown. Mm-hmm. And this year, Nikki really wanted to be a girl for Halloween. And I said, no, you have to be a boy every year. And then I finally gave in and we picked the characters from Zombies Ate My Neighbors, which I like this costume. I like costumes where you can just wear casual clothes and just like live your life. Mm-hmm. I don't want to wear a whole bunch of prosthetics and dress like a dinosaur or something.
You're wearing a wig.
But the wig is comforting.
Is it?
Yes, it is. So, anyway. And plus we have bubble guns. So what more can you ask for? Can I just shoot this one more time? Yeah. You know what? I think every super chat that's over $5, I'll shoot my bubble gun. Anyway. Yours doesn't work.
Nope.
Okay, the next one comes from... what's a good Halloween costume idea, though, for a couple, though? If you weren't going to be this, what else would you like to be?
For couples? Well, I wanted to be Dany and her dragon from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but I didn't want to dress like a dragon and then someone's going to have to... Yeah, no.
I wanted to be Flynn and Rapunzel from Tangled.
We could have been Dany and Jon Snow from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but that's not as fun.
And then we could pretend like we're related.
Oh, God.
Anyway.
Rose and Jack. I wanted to be Frozen Rose and Jack.
Okay, I could...
You wouldn't do the makeup.
I just didn't feel like looking like I was Frozen. I'm sorry. But I will draw you for 10 cents, Nikki. All right. Oh, let's answer this one. I want you to read this one out loud. Claudio Rogajon. Here's his question. Read that shit.
Hey, John, did you force your wife to watch Van Helsing yet? On a more serious note, I watched your Venom 3 review and it got me thinking, because of this trilogy, do you think Marvel will even do the original symbiote storyline with Spider-Man anymore? Is that what was in Spider-Man 3?
You mean Venom 3?
No, Spider-Man 3.
Oh, I don't know. I don't
know what the original symbiote storyline is.
Well, it's from the Spider-Man comics or the movies or what? So, anyway, so Nikki watched 4 seconds of Van Helsing and then gave up. That's how bad she thought the movie was. Anyway, so that's one movie I guess maybe we don't concur on. I watch your Venom thinking because of trilogy. Do you think Marvel? At one point, I definitely think Marvel could introduce the symbiote storyline with Spider-Man. And if you're referring to Tom Holland, I think that would make sense. And hopefully that would lead to a reboot of Venom. And maybe they could cast someone who feels right to play Eddie Brock. So I think there's definitely room and potential in the Marvelverse to interject the symbiote storyline. But at this point, maybe give it a break for a couple years and then just give us an actual low-key Spider-Man movie where he's not in the cosmic verse with the Avengers teaming up to fight a battle against 75 bad guys. Just give me your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. That's what I want. Go back to basics. What say you, Nikki?
Does anybody want another Venom movie?
Some people do. I do not. What I would like is a good Venom movie. Robin J. Yang says,
please visit me in San Diego. They filmed Top Gun here. Both?
I don't know if they film both. I just know there's a naval base in San Diego, but I've never been to San Diego. But we are going to Vegas in a few days. A good buddy of mine from YouTube long story anyway. We're going to check out this new place called the Fantasy Lab, and I'll post something about it while I'm there, and we're going to hang out and have a good time. And since I'm so poor, I'm probably going to gamble $40 on roulette. I'm hoping to hit it big in Vegas. But and before we go, damn it, I was going to say we should watch. I have this routine, and we can either do it before we go to Vegas, Nikki, or we can do it once we get back. But I like to watch Ocean's 11 around the time I go to Vegas, just because it's so atmospheric and it takes place in Vegas. Have you ever seen Ocean's 11 starring George Clooney?
I haven't seen any of the Oceans. Are there 11 of them?
No,
I'm just kidding.
Okay,
that was a joke.
Okay, good pun, Nikki. So we'll have to watch that. It's a bank robbery heist movie where they rob a casino type. It's a heist movie. It's got George Clooney. It's great. You'll love it. Okay, the next one comes from Skylar Wheelock, who says,
somehow the nastiest thing about the Substance was Dennis Quaid eating shrimp. Oh my God, that's so true.
That was so...
Like the zoom in on the mouth and the lips.
All greasy and
so
shit.
Gross.
I have this thing where I can't stand the sound of people eating. It eats me alive. Even when we eat together, Nick, as much as I love you, we still need at least a 3-foot proximity of distance because
You're too close.
Yeah, because the sound of chewing, it's like someone scraping my ear with a rusty nail. I can't take it. So I loved that scene as well. Very unsettling. I love The Substance, and I might just put that in my top 5 of the year. But I think Nikki, on the other hand, didn't love it as much as I did.
I liked it until it got too outrageous at the end, and then it was just... It was so over the top disgusting that I couldn't focus on the movie anymore. And then it was the Carrie scene, I don't know. It just seemed out of place, and I don't know.
I fucking loved it. The more outrageous it got, the more I loved it.
I liked the concept at the beginning a lot,
but Demi Moore was acting her ass off,
yeah,
man.
She was.
At one point, she looked like oh god, I forget the name of the character. It's from Sin City. The pedo character played by I forget the name of the character. Never mind. It'll come to me. He bleeds like yellow blood, and never mind. Let's go to the next question here. Owls says, "Hey guys."
Lord of the Ring, Return of the King, when Aragorn says, "You bow to no one," do you both cry at that scene, or are you on the brink? It always gets me. I cry during everything, so.
Nikki's emotional.
Yes. We haven't watched Lord of the Rings all the way through together, though, have we?
I don't think we have. And I think we should. And I think
it's been on the list. It's been on the to-do list.
We do have a to-do list of movies, and we do watch a lot of movies. We really do. Currently... I'm rewatching Breaking Bad. You have never seen all of Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I've seen the first season.
And I like that you're watching Breaking Bad and witnessing quality television. It's a good time. But yeah, probably this holiday season we'll get together and watch some Lord of the Rings. I think it just feels like a Christmas-esque movie to me. To me, that fantastical vibe belongs in the holiday season. Okay, the next one comes from Night King 01, baby.
Hey, John. With that Nolan news going around, I went back and watched Blue Thunder. Underrated if you ask me. I also watched The Driver. Hint, hint, John. But seriously, Blue Thunder is truly underrated. I've never seen The Driver. What's the hint, hint?
Claudio tells me to watch The Driver every live show that I do for the last year, and I promised him I would do it. I know for a fact it's on YouTube right now in 1080p, and I could click it and watch it. But the thing is, I just simply don't have 90 minutes to give it. But I assure you, Claudio, it's on the to-do list, so rest assured, my good pal, it's coming. It's coming very soon. Now, with all that said, what was the next part of that question? Blue Thunder. I've seen Blue Thunder once, and I think the last time I watched it was in 1995 on HBO when I was a stupid kid. So I would like to go rewatch it again. And the reason he brings up Blue Thunder is because that Nolan movie with the helicopter pilots potentially happening, it's sort of like a Blue Thunder movie, and that movie is about police officers / helicopter pilots, blah blah blah. It's an 80s movie. You don't sound intrigued whatsoever, but that's okay. I guess we don't. I just have a weird thing for helicopters. Did I ever tell you that?
No, I don't.
I think helicopters are like fascinating machinery. I don't know why. They look violent and dangerous, but slightly sexy, and I like them.
well, that makes sense.
Can you dress up like a helicopter for me?
For next Halloween, I thought you wanted me to be a boy again.
No, I want you to be a helicopter now. Thank you. The next one don't tell people that. Jesus, Nikki. All right. Skylar Wheelock says, I'll read this one because I saw Kevin Bacon said he wants to be the next Freddy Krueger. You're gonna say that could work because the movie Sleepers freaked you out, John. Damn it, you know me too well. But also, there's another movie called The Woodsman starring Kevin Bacon where he plays an offender against children. So Kevin Bacon plays a great creep. Do you think Kevin Bacon could be Freddy Krueger, or do you think that's a bit too much?
I think he could definitely be creepy. I don't know Freddy Krueger. I don't think so. He doesn't have the voice. I don't know if he has the intimidation factor. He can definitely look creepy. I don't think that's hard for him, but
yeah. Well, I think if that was like 20 years ago, I'd probably say maybe. But I think Kevin Bacon at this point has almost become like a meme. So it'd be hard. It'd be like saying make Nicolas Cage Freddy Krueger. Yeah, that would be funny and entertaining, but it would just like you couldn't. You could not get immersed into it. I mean, him being long legs was almost comedic to me. So I mean, I don't know. I got my long legs on. 1901, back at it again, says, you want to read it? I like when you read the questions. You can read them loud, though.
John, I know you like Red Dragon, but come on, Manhunter is the better film. It's got more style, and sad to say, in that film, Brian Cox is a better Hannibal than Hopkins is in Red Dragon. Oh.
What are your thoughts on that, Nikki? From someone who's never seen Red Dragon or Manhunter.
Yeah, well, I don't know. How can you beat Hopkins?
You can't, and that's why he's wrong. Anthony Hopkins is the personification of perfection when it comes to Hannibal Lecter. Yeah, he kind of feels a little bit over-embellished at times and a little bit over the top, but that's what I like about it. Brian Cox has a subtlety, and that's fine and all, but it has been a very long time since I've seen Manhunter, and I do want to go back and revisit it because it definitely has a 1980s vibe to it. Manhunter is the original version of Red Dragon. Then they remade Manhunter and called it Red Dragon.
Did Manhunter come out before?
It came out in the 80s. Yeah, Manhunter came out in the 80s. Silence of the Lambs came out early 90s.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's very 80s. That's the thing. But anyway, there's a cool slow motion shot where a dude jumps through a window and it's playing In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida Baby or something. Anyway. Johannes Gerald says,
Nikki, if you could show one movie to your students, which one would it be?
Silence of the Lambs.
You can also pick one. There you go.
Oh, okay.
It'd have to be rated G, so I don't have a lot of options there. I did show a little bit of Hocus Pocus the other day.
Did they like it?
Yes. I mean, a lot of the kids had already seen it. A lot of my kids dressed like Pennywise for Halloween this year, so that just tells you what they watch at home. One movie to my students, which would it be?
The Substance?
It can't be something that they don't appreciate, though. I don't want to waste a good movie.
Like something what about like Toy Story or?
Well, a lot of the classic Disney movies they haven't seen.
I think it's PG-13, but I don't care. I don't care for the sake of this conversation. I would love to show them around the Christmas season Jingle All the Way.
Is it PG-13?
I don't think it is, but I think it would be mildly appropriate.
I think they would actually really like that, to be honest.
Well, except for the scene, I'm not a pervert. I just wanted a Turbo Man doll. Look up if Jingle All the Way is PG-13. Now I have to know. Okay. I'll read the next one as you look that up.
Okay.
The next one comes from Devin Freeze. Once again, what movie should my lady and I watch tomorrow night? We're still trying to figure that one out as well. We've seen every single horror film you can think of. The only thing is,
PG?
It's PG. Mm-hmm. Show it. Fuck it. Show it.
Okay, done. Christmas time.
They're gonna love it, man.
Yeah, I think they would, to be honest.
Little Anakin Skywalker in that movie.
Oh, I forgot he was in that.
Oh, absolutely. So which Halloween movie should we watch tomorrow night?
We've been going through the classics. I mean, I gotta watch one that has trick-or-treating in it. That's why I like Hocus Pocus, but it has to be something you don't care about paying attention to.
Okay, but what else?
Halloween?
I think we could put on some Halloween. You know what? Because we haven't watched Halloween yet this Halloween season, and it's almost sacrilegious not to watch it. Maybe we'll put Halloween on tomorrow. Fair enough. There you go.
Broken TV.
Yeah, and we'll figure it out. All right, the next one comes from. Where am I at? Am I on this or? Oh, I'm up here. Okay. Tom Hernandez says.
Has Nikki seen John's sort of biopic Don John? I've seen the intro.
Yeah.
Is that?
Oh, you seen the intro to my Don John video?
Yeah, you showed it to me.
Does that describe who I am as a person?
No.
Okay.
When have you ever done laundry?
I did a whole bunch of laundry the other day.
Fold it.
Yeah, I don't fold it. I wash it, Nikki folds it. That's how we run this household. Roger something says, shoot the bubble gun, John. Hell yeah, Roger. Thanks for the $6 super chat. You earned those bubbles, my good man. I hope you appreciate it. And some of these chemical soapy bubbles went into my drink, but you know what? I'm not scared of anything. I love it. Okay, the next one comes from, by the way, I'm drinking some Jack and Diet Coke tonight, so things are going to get a little frisky. James Dozier says, John, has Nikki seen Con Air?
No.
Explain why not.
I don't know what it is.
Okay. So, Nikki, you know the answer to this, and I feel like I'm failing you as a guy who talks about movies, but not only as a movie enthusiast am I failing you, I'm failing you as a husband because I've told you what Con Air is. Does this ring a bell? Nicolas Cage on a plane, has a mullet.
No.
Cyrus the Virus. Okay, I think we're going to have to watch Con Air tonight. This just isn't going to work.
Is it a Halloween movie?
Absolutely fucking not. No, it's not. It's an action-packed, phenomenal movie from the late 90s. And everyone, put the bunny back in the box.
I've heard you quote that.
Okay, fair enough. All right. So I guess Nikki has not seen Con Air. I'm failing. But she has seen Roadhouse. So give me some credit where credit's due. Okay, the next one comes from Kevin Payne, who says...
Does John have good lawn care? Well, that's the question you've been waiting for. Yes. John is obsessed with the lawn. There may have been a time or two that he was missing and I had to go in the garage and he was sitting on the riding lawnmower naked by himself. So
that's not even, I know that sounds like a joke. It's not. I was out. Listen, I got out of the shower and I remembered I needed to tweak something on my riding lawnmower. And I had to go out there immediately and do that. Do I enjoy the vibration that the riding lawnmower gives me on my loins? Absolutely I do. But besides the point, that's not why I was naked that night on the riding lawnmower.
That night.
Okay, but now explicitly in detail, in intimate detail, I want you to describe how well I edged the yard to everyone watching and listening right now.
Well, you're a little bit of a freak about the lawn. I don't know. You put the little shovel thing in and then you kick it out, and you definitely have edged every flower bed. What other details do you want? That's
enough, Nikki.
Okay.
I like to think my weed whacker is an extension of my manhood. Continuing on, Skylar Wheelock says, John, your Nikki has awesome taste in movies. Mine has terrible taste. Well, that's fair. She kind of had terrible taste before she met me.
Oh.
Her favorite movies are Pixels, The Number 23, Doolittle, Batman and Robin. I could go on and on. I love to insult her movie taste. Do you like Batman and Robin, Nikki?
I have not seen Batman and Robin.
One day. What?
I have not seen the original Batman and Robin.
Really?
Yes, you know this. I hadn't seen The Dark Knight until 2 years ago.
Yeah, thank God I showed you that. Okay. Well, maybe... See, we gotta add Batman and Robin to the list. It's a terrible, atrocious piece of garbage, but it's a must-watch at least once in your life.
You talk about...
Chill! Hey, Nikki, what killed the dinosaurs?
A meteor?
The Ice Age! All right, let's go to the next one here. Achilles... Shoplight? Did I read that right?
I think so.
Okay, you can read this one.
How'd you meet and knew you were right for each other?
We met on Bumble. And then how did you know I was right for you, Nikki?
I don't know. We say this word a lot. It was thrown around a lot at the wedding. Balance.
Yes.
We have a good balance. He's a little bit OCD. You're a little bit
So are you.
particular about things, but I feel like the things that we're OCD about are different things, and so it works.
Fair. Well, fair. There you go. Mm-hmm. All right. Social Native says, John, tonight watch The Burbs with your welcome wife. I like The Burbs. I just don't love it. That's the Tom Hanks movie with Corey Feldman where there's bodies in the basement and the neighbors are really kooky. I think you watched part of it.
Oh, yeah, we did start that.
Yeah. Did you like The Burbs?
I don't remember a lot of it, to be honest. I think that was a couple years ago.
Oh, that's fair.
Did we finish it?
Probably. I probably did, and you fell asleep.
That doesn't sound like me.
Well, fine. Skylar Wheelock says, are you still traumatized that your Uncle Gary showed you his junk after he pissed on the Christmas tree? That's a long story. I'll tell you later. I think it made me a man, and it made me the man I am today. And if that's... Now, does that mean it's right? No. But
Is this on the internet?
Yeah, about 12 years ago. Anyway, it was a great Christmas story. What can you say? Jesus Salcido? I always say it wrong. But anyway, I call him the Jesus, who says, do you miss your friendship with Chris Stuckman? Nah, I guess not. You know, people go different directions in life. Life goes on. And I miss the golden era of what I would call YouTube. And that golden era was probably like 2014, 15, and 16. There was an innocence. And I miss that innocence. Where you had nothing but room to grow and go up and expand. And now it sort of just feels like wherever you're at on YouTube is where you're at forever. And I don't know if that's depressing or comforting, but nevertheless, that's my answer. So I guess to sum it up, I miss that.
There's too many people on the internet now.
Yeah, it's too much. Murillo Bonazzi says,
hey man, you don't remember me, but I was a Patreon member for a while back in the day. And I used to ask a lot of those QAs. I'm just here to say you still have this old Brazilian fan.
Well, thanks for being my old Brazilian fan, man. And I actually, is this the same name you used on Patreon? It looks familiar to me. And I need to do more special Q&As, and I want to do more Q&As just for YouTube members as well. I'm working on that, I assure you. It's on the to-do list. But, man, thanks for sticking around. And how's life going down in Brazil? Would you like to go to South America, Nikki?
Yeah, I think I would. My dad's been there a bunch of times. He likes it.
Well, fair enough. Mm-hmm. Skylar Wheelock says, which death pissed you off more? Dewey and Scream or John Connor and Dark Fate? Do you have a good answer for this?
I can only speak to Dewey, so.
Well, what'd you think about Dewey's death and Scream?
I mean, it definitely pissed me off, but I don't know who John Connor is.
John Connor? John Connor?
I'm sorry.
From Terminator 2, the little kid on a dirt bike?
Oh, okay. What's Dark Fate?
Okay, anyway, I'll answer the question, Nikki. We have a lot of work to do, and we're going to get there, I promise you, slowly but surely.
I've seen Terminator 2.
I'll teach you the ways. So for me, I like Scream, but really outside of the first Scream, I don't love the franchise. I want to. It just feels like the movies have progressively gotten worse over the last 2 decades. But to continue with your question, the way that Dewey dies in Scream, and spoilers, but then again, the movie came out 5 years ago, and Terminator 2 Judgment Day came out 35 years ago. Dewey's death in Scream, if you actually think about it, it was done by the girl who's like 5'2", weighs 110 pounds, because she was the second killer. And that logic makes no sense for the story. And I also thought it was very underwhelming. He just gets stabbed to death in some hospital hallway, all anticlimactically. I hated it. But I think I hate the John Connor death in Dark Fate because it undoes everything that was set up before it, and it just felt like a big slap in the face to the fans of the franchise, and it makes Terminator 2 Judgment Day completely useless, which whenever you retcon the best action film ever made, which is Terminator 2 Judgment Day, did you know that, Nikki?
I did not.
Best action film ever made, 1991. To me, that's blasphemy. So I'm going to say I hate the John Connor death scene in Dark Fate. Fucking hate it with a passion, and I think that's the biggest piece of shit movie ever shit out of Hollywood's asshole into our eyeballs, and even mentioning its name should be punishable by death.
That's dramatic.
Thank you. Okay. Johannes Gerald says, John, I've watched you for 10 years, and the biggest life lesson you have taught me is how to properly wipe my ass. Toilet paper alone is not reliable. Your towel analogy was an eye-opener, so thank you for that. Nikki, what do I always say about toilet paper versus wet wipes?
What do you mean? What do you always say about toilet paper?
Why do I use wet wipes?
I mean, they actually clean you off.
Yes. And that's what... Now, before you met me, and I want you to go into intimate detail, does every bathroom of every toilet, does it have wet wipes atop it?
Yes, correct.
Okay, and I will repeat this lesson for everyone watching right now. And don't say I never taught you guys anything. I want you to think about toilet paper like this. And Nikki, this is what I've said as an example, but you really got to listen to what I'm saying sometimes because you're really missing out on some very pivotal information and some great life advice that this viewer has picked up on, but my wife has missed.
They remember more than I do.
You have to think about it like this. If you went outside and did yard work all day, and you had muddy, dirty hands, and underneath your fingernails were caked with dirt and debris, would you come inside the house and use a dry paper towel to clean off your hands?
That's a good point.
No, you would not. You need moist, you need wet, you need to cleanse. And that's how you have to think about wiping your ass. Mm-hmm. You can't just go in there dry. It's never going to... Just trust me on this. All right. The next one comes from... And thank you for that, Johannes. Skylar Wheelock says, what's your favorite moment of a terrible person getting a satisfying karma in a movie or real life? Do you have one? That's a hard question off the top of my head. I'm trying to think of like an asshole in a movie that truly got what they deserved. And I know there's a billion examples of this.
Regina George.
What's that?
Regina George in Mean Girls. She got hit by a bus.
Oh yeah, she did. But it's not on camera. Is it?
Yes, it is.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, so Regina George is your answer. Okay, that's a good answer.
That was the first thing that popped into my head.
That's a good answer. Huh. Gosh, I'm trying to think of one. Off the top of my head, that's a really hard answer.
In like a comedy.
Yeah, someone who got what they deserved. That's a good question for everyone watching right now. Tell me a movie character or a TV character that got what they deserved. Karma kicked in and they got what they needed and deserved. Actually, you know what? I won't spoil it for you, Nikki, because we're currently watching the show. But in Breaking Bad, the character Gus gets what he deserves in the end. Oh. So I'll say that. There's my answer for a TV character.
I think I like Gus, though. Is he an unliked character?
He gets there. Yeah, he gets there. Oh, Percy from the Green Mile.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Does he get what he deserves?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, Hans Gruber. Yeah, he definitely gets what he deserves.
The evil guy, is that Percy?
Yeah. Oh, John Travolta in Broken Arrow. Right before the missile penetrates his chest cavity, he just looks at the camera and goes, oh, I love it. I love it. Anyway, let's go to the next one here. Kevin Payne says, what did your family think about your YouTube job? My family has always, my mom especially, has always really been into it. She watches my live shows occasionally. And she stated that's the reason that we don't talk a lot is because she just finds out all my life updates through my live shows. And I say, okay, that kills two birds with one stone. That's cool. They've always thought it was kind of cool. My friends made fun of me for like the first 3 years. And then I was able to kind of do it for a living. And then they were like, oh, I guess that worked out. So I don't know. What do you think about meeting a guy on the internet who talks on the internet?
Well, I'm pretty sure your profile said talks for a living. So I had to wait to meet you to figure out more about that. I thought it was cool. I thought it was unique. I actually, when you got a 9 to 5, I was a little bit apprehensive about that.
Me too.
Yeah, well, for good reason.
Yeah, fair enough.
My mom thought it was cool that you were a YouTuber.
Well, thanks. Well, good to know. Well, actually, I kind of knew that. Yeah. Social Native says next year be Edwards.
I threw that out there. Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah, I'll be Edward Scissorhands. Who would you be?
I mean, Winona Ryder.
Okay, well, I guess we could. No one's gonna know who you are though if you're.
I know it's not a good costume for me, but it's a good costume for you.
Social Natives also says favorite date nights to do on your free time.
Movies.
Yeah, we just go to the movies, honestly.
We watch a lot of movies.
Or what we do is we're all about ambiance, right? And I think ambiance is the most important aspect when it comes to a film, because whenever you watch a movie, you can just look at a fucking TV and watch a movie. Great, that's phenomenal. But if you don't set the environment and you don't set the mood, it's not even worth doing. So what we do is we make popcorn, we light candles, we make the lighting on the TV and in the room the right color that fits the theme of the movie.
We get the popcorn blanket.
We get the popcorn blankets. The other night we watched It Chapter 1. We made all the lighting in the room a bright bloody red. We had some candles. We had some Halloween candy. It was a phenomenal experience. It really was. And I dress up like a clown. That's not true. Okay.
I was going to say, when did that happen?
Yeah. Well, you got to lie sometimes, Nick. You just. All right. The next one comes from. I'll let you read this. You read that name.
Murilo Benassi. Yes, same name. It was fun. I explained how to say my name. Oh. It's Murilo. And Brazil is Brazil. But a Q for the QA. Best of 2024 yet.
All right. Oh, dude, someone has the greatest answer here for a character that got karma. Joffrey from Game of Thrones.
That was a good one.
Yeah. So anyway, so let's answer his. Did he just kind of had a statement here, didn't he?
He was answering for what you asked of Patreon.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The same name.
Okay, it was the same name.
Murilo.
Okay, I remember that. I remember you being from Brazil, man. I remember that much. It's been a few years, but I remember that much. Best movie of 2024 so far. What would you say your favorite movie of 2024 is so far? I think I have movies that are in like the top 5, but I haven't truly picked up.
Spitting some out.
Furiosa, Dune 2.
Furiosa was good. Dune 2 was this year?
Yeah, Heretic. You didn't see. Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird year for movies. There's a lot of movies that are definitely going to make it to my top 10, but to say this is definitively my favorite movie, I don't have one right now off the top of my head. I need to go back and revisit a couple movies because for me, rewatchability is everything. So, do you have what's one of your favorite movies of the year? It doesn't have to be the best.
It would have to be the Deadpool versus Wolverine. You laughed, you cried, I don't know. It had a little bit of everything.
Did you cry?
Probably.
Okay. I'm hoping Gladiator 2's good, but I think it'll be entertaining, but I don't think it's going to live up to the spectacle of the first film. That CGI rhino really rubs me the wrong way when I watch the trailer. I don't know what.
The monkeys.
Oh, and the fucking monkey. Oh. So yeah, as far as favorite movie of 2020.
The Wild Robot.
Oh, The Wild Robot is definitely in the top 10, but I don't think it's my favorite movie. The Bike Riders, I did not like The Bike Riders. You didn't either, did you?
No, I thought it was kind of boring, to be honest.
Yeah, it felt like a wannabe Scorsese movie, and it just couldn't quite get to the quality that is. We saw Strange Darling. I liked that. But for me, the most shocking, craziest movie of the year, going back to it, might be The Substance. I don't know if that's my favorite movie of the year, but gosh, it's gonna be the one that I remember next year. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what my favorite movie of the year is. What about Beetlejuice 2, Nikki?
I kind of liked it.
Did you? Would you go back and rewatch it again, or would you rather just rewatch the original?
I would probably watch the first one.
Fair. All right. Skylar Wheelock says, "Did you hear a Master Commander prequel film is in the works? Give it to me now, baby." I showed you Master and Commander with Russell Crowe, the naval movie from the 1800s.
You were already watching it, and I walked in the room.
Did it look good to you?
Yeah, I mean, you said you were going to show me the whole thing, but...
You didn't watch it?
You didn't show me it.
Okay, I'll show you Master and Commander immediately following this live stream, along with the...
Show me the Waterworld.
Oh, I showed you Waterworld, but not Master and Commander. Let me punish myself for my sins against humanity. And now we're done. So yeah, that sounds awesome. I've been waiting for a Master and Commander sequel, actually, for a long time, because there's like 20 novels that the first movie is based on, and they're phenomenal. I kind of read some of them, like the synopsis of some of them. I'm not going to read the whole book. I'd rather just have the movie, let's be honest. But they sounded like they'd be great movies, and I love Master and Commander. I think that's truly one of the most underrated movies of all time. I'll take a prequel. I really will. And I think that makes sense to have a prequel, because at this point, Russell Crowe is probably a bit too old. So I can live with that. All right, I'll take a few more questions, and then I think I'm going to wrap up this live show for the night, because Nikki does have to work tomorrow. We have to get ready for Halloween, even though we're kind of halfway there. Okay. We'll just wear what we're wearing right now. And then we do have to kind of pack for a little trip to Vegas this weekend. Oh, yes. Madam Web. Was that your favorite movie of the year?
Madam Web?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Not my favorite.
Do we have a dog? We don't have a dog, but maybe one day.
We talked about it. We dog sit sometimes.
Right. Social Native says, John, did you show your wife Over the Top? Not yet. We're working on it. We're going to
no longer list now.
We'll just watch that tonight, too. Just for the next 9 hours, watching movies.
Who needs to sleep?
No, not me. All right, the next one comes from, and I'm going to take just a few more questions. So if you guys have a question, please get it in now. Skylar Wheelock says, just watched a video where someone was $27,000 in debt from buying physical media. I'm a lot deeper than that, my friend. John, your Morgan Freeman voice. Oh, you want me to say this in my shitty Morgan Freeman voice? I don't know if I can.
Do it.
Now. Collecting can be just as addictive as drinking. Drugs are gambling, so be careful. That's all I got.
That's great.
My name is Morgan Freeman. Okay. So anyway, that's pretty interesting. I don't know how much I've spent on physical media over the last 15 years, but I would be afraid to guess. I really would.
Do you think it'd be $27,000?
I don't know if it'd be $27,000, but the amount of time and energy and gas that if you put it all together in buying these little optical discs that we occasionally put into the player, but really because I'm a lazy piece of shit at this point in my life, we just click the Netflix option of it. I'm like, I want to give everyone a confession, Nikki. And you know the truth, but I'll tell them now. This is about being honest, not only with you guys, but with myself. As much as I praise physical media, and I worship it, I really do. Sometimes, because I'm such a lazy piece of shit, and sometimes we want to watch a movie, and it's a little bit late at night, we click on it, and the only option to watch it, you can't watch it for free on streaming. And I tell you this every time. I'm like, Nikki, I had this movie on 4K. I could go get it and put it into the player, and we could watch it. Or I could pay $2.99 and rent it from Amazon Prime. And 9 times out of 10, if it's not one of the best movies, in my opinion, ever made, and I don't need that 4K resolution or audio quality, which is far superior than streaming, we usually give in and I pay the $3, even though I have a copy of it sitting back there on the shelf.
Well, I tell you to find it every time, so.
No, you don't.
I do.
Okay. Well, sometimes the thought of coming in here and finding it just takes a lot out of you. But the fact I own it is enough, is it not? Okay. I know, it's blasphemy. I'm sorry. Social Native says, John, your wife's favorite meal she cooks that you love.
Oh, recently?
Sure.
He loves a good KFC bowl.
I do. I love a good KFC bowl, and if you don't know what that is, or you're not white trash like myself, it's mashed potatoes, corn, and little crispy chicken things.
Yeah. corn, chicken, cheese.
But also,
gravy.
yes, but also you made some chili this last week, which has been like crack. If I could bathe in it, I would. There's nothing better than some reheated chili with some cheese slices and some like pita chips. Oh, and a Sprite Zero. Oh, I'm in heaven. The White Skull says, John, how many Blu-rays do you have? I don't know, but I'll tell you what. If I ever make another Blu-ray collection video, I'll let you count. I have no clue. And they're not even alphabetized, which was what I thought you would do for me at some point, Nikki. You're a bit more analytical. Okay.
That's a lot. I don't know if I have time for that.
All right, fair enough. Who is the better blonde? Well, definitely you, Nikki.
I don't know, Johnny, you're kind of pulling it off.
Am I? Do you think I'd work as a blonde? I don't think.
Maybe not with that style, but
I like the style.
it looks good with your eyebrows.
Okay, I'll take it. John, imagine Schwarzenegger in a Transformers movie or Avatar. I think that actually would work. I've been saying Arnold should have been in one of the Avatar sequels for the last 10, 12 years. I think he should have been the brother of Stephen Lang's character, and had his vengeance. I really think that would have been great. And plus, it's James Cameron. He's worked with Arnold a few times. I would have liked to have seen it. And plus, if you can motion capture Arnold's performance and make Arnold a blue avatar, that's $1 billion right there in itself. So the fact that we haven't gotten that, I think, is crazy. What do you think about Arnold being a blue avatar, Nikki?
I can't see it. Maybe you'll have to act it out for me.
Oh, fine. All right. We had a question here about, speaking of OCD, does Nikki now see the benefits of OLED TVs like us movie fans?
I mean, the broken one?
Well,
An LG specifically?
Yeah, when my LG OLED TV was working. What did you think about it compared to?
I couldn't see the difference until you showed me like a side-by-side, to be honest. And still to this day, I think you notice more than I do. But I'm OCD about different things. That's one thing you're particular about that I don't seem to notice as much. I didn't grow up with an OLED TV.
But Nikki, expand on the contrast ratios and the deeper, inkier blacks. That an LCD TV makes it look all washed out.
Definitely, yeah.
Yes. There's no motion blur, except my OLED TV, once again, broke the other day immediately at the 2-year mark of owning it as soon as the warranty ran out from Costco. So fuck you, LG. Unless you want to sponsor me, then hey, send that TV my way, and I'll say it with a smile on my face, but secretly deep down in my black heart, I'm going to resent you for the rest of my life because you guys made an inferior product that you purposely made break after 2 years of ownership, and I'll never forgive you. So I hope you burn in hell for your sins against humanity, you sons of bitches. Let's go to the next question. And that next question comes from Paul Gilmore, who says, hey, John, did you know Twinflix channel some legit 4K Blu-ray comparison video? I probably have come across their channel. Sounds vaguely familiar. I'm sure I have. I watch a lot of like Blu-ray review channels, so that sounds familiar. But nevertheless, check out Twinflix channel. I think I've come across them though. I don't know.
Is it one guy or is it twins?
I don't think it's twins. Maybe it is. I don't know. And then that would make a lot of sense. Twinflix. Or maybe it's a spinoff of Twin Peaks. I don't know. Double Chief says, I always thought Russell Crowe's character in Master and Commander was so well written. It's such a good example of positive masculinity. Indeed it is. I love the line that he gives in that film where he's like, name a plant after me, something prickly and hard to eradicate. It's just like, that's a good line from a dude, you know? All right. Speaking of positive masculinity, I actually think Hugh Jackman as Wolverine gives off such vibes.
Yeah.
Do you concur?
Yeah.
All right.
I do. The bromance.
Yes. Go-to projector. The projector that we have in our room is a Nebula 4K projector. I think it does the job pretty well. I've had it for like 3 years. What's that?
I said if it's dark.
Well, yeah, that's every projector though.
Yeah. You said the short throw ones don't do.
Oh, short throw? Oh yeah, well yeah, but short throw projectors are awesome too. I just don't have one. But one day if we have the space, I would like to reinvest in such a thing. Okay. I think you have to go to bed, Nikki?
Yes.
Okay. All right, guys. So I'm going to wrap up the live show here. Social Native says top 5 Halloween candies. Okay, we're going to leave it off here. No more questions. Top 5 favorite Halloween candies. Swedish Fish. Reese's Cups. What's another one, Nikki?
Kit Kat.
Kit Kat. What's another Halloween candy?
I like chocolate more than you do.
You do. I like the fruity stuff.
Oh, I don't know.
It's definitely not candy corn. Don't ever say that.
No, it's like Peeps. It's trash.
Just for the sake of nostalgia, I'll throw Sour Patch Kids in there. And what else? What's one more Halloween candy?
I don't know. I love a good cookies and cream Hershey's.
I'm going to say gummy worms, just because it's a Halloween time. It's a time we eat a tropical fruity worm that just slides down your throat in all the weirdest, wrongest ways, but you slightly enjoy it, and that's what I like. James Dozier says, have a good night, John and Nikki. Well, thanks, James. And we're going to wrap up the live show there. But anyway, guys, I wanted to leave you off with this. Happy Halloween. Try not to eat any apples with razor blades in them. And thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. And I'm glad you got to meet my wife, Nikki, in her Halloween getup. And Nikki, do you have any final flicking thoughts that you would like to share with everyone watching right now? And I'll have to answer one more super chat before we go. Or I can answer this. Pixel Travel says, so happy for you, John. Your wife is perfect.
Aww.
I concur. She's really good at taking care of me, folding clothes, and cooking. Not so much anything outside.
No, you do the outside.
But nevertheless, Nikki, you are perfect. So any closing thoughts, Nikki?
Well, I learned a lot about you.
Yeah, this is all the same shit I've been saying in live streams for 5 years.
Well, I'm not allowed to watch them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We have a long to-do list of movies now because you haven't shown me enough, I guess.
I guess I got to do better. I'm failing you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're immediately going to go watch Con Air. And with all that said, guys, thanks for watching. Have a great Halloween. And Cypress said you're a baddie. I concur. Thanks for watching, guys. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.